tell you stories worth sharing. You will see how other people live through hard times with dignity and gratitude. And life-challenging situations I present to you here will uplift your spirits and will give you willpower to live your life fully. Together, we'll try to learn from other people. Today I will talk about the great power of strong feelings, and I will share a story from my childhood. Let me introduce to you my early days companion. David used to be a cheerful boy who was rushing into childish sorrow and joy, both with the same zeal. He got strongly carried away and stoically endured failures. He got sick with many childhood illnesses in succession, broke his arm in a skating rink, even fell through the frail April ice one time, and once almost died from anaphylactic shock. No one was truly worried about him or tried to protect him because the safety margin he possessed was truly inhumane. It was very likely the result of love everybody bestowed on him, which was accumulated over his childhood. David was a pet to every girl, a confidant to every boy, and a favorite to every adult. Plump and rosy-cheeked as a baby, he was skinny and pale when a toddler and a teen. Always cheerful, but never laughing out loud, he appeared to always know how to behave and what to say to a party of elderly people or a group of children of any age. But one thing finally broke that love-shielding wall that I'm sure protected him, and the jolly spirit perished with it. On one occasion, coming home from school, David was stopped by a gypsy woman, and driven by curiosity, he let her take his hand. She predicted his death from a fall. Yes, so silly. No particulars of any sort, just a silly woman saying a silly thing out of spite just to scare a boy out of his wits. But his passionate nature disturbed him this time, and he was carried away by that nonsense. From that time, every disease he suffered from drained life out of him drop by drop. There was sickening flavor about him that made one think of misfortunes, bad luck, and weakness. That unfortunate prophecy stole the charisma that David undoubtedly possessed, and the admiration we all felt toward him yielded to the force of death that obsessed his mind and changed his looks drastically to the worse. At the age of 14, David withered as a flower pulled from its soil. It was a minor cold that killed him afterward. Many think, though, that he was dead long before that illness took his final breath. Dread of everything that life is, trials and failures, meetings and partings, praise and hearsay, was a murderous weapon that made the final shot. David was loved when he was able to give love. He was appreciated when he was grateful. He had friendship in abundance when he gave time and energy to the process of building relationships. Armed with self-belief, David was prepared to meet any hardships with his head lifted. The moment he became possessed with fear and self-doubt, stress paved its way to his life and left him a washed away, withering version of his former self. important lessons that we can take from this story. There are 7 strong feelings that either can help you to achieve anything in your life or can lead you to the most painful failure. I will start with success-defining positive feelings. Of course, love. Even a faint glimmering of love changes the way a person feels. The coming day seems brighter and gloom is relieved with the warmth of sincere affection. With love in your heart, you can bravely elbow your way through the thickest of the life troubles. On looking intently forward, the future seems hopeful with this rejuvenating feeling inside. Now, appreciation. The wealth of recognition opens up our inner resources. If your vanity is duly gratified, a multitude of opportunities strives to be revealed to your judgment. Burning ambition is flourishing in the environment of appreciation, and it drives a person to move forward with his dreams. Now, companionship. Friendly social circle puts heart in us. As if eating the healthiest and most nourishing food, compassionate touch and heartfelt conversation with the person that cares about you empower you physically and emotionally. The equanimity of your mind is preserved with the help of friendly people. In the nature of all things, friends are more costly than any possible luxuries in life. Self-belief, of course. With voluntary self-assurance, no hardship will hang about you for a long time. In this state, you know that troubles cannot last forever, and by degrees, life will get better. The belief in this axiom attracts positive vibes, and favorable circumstances follow along. Self-confidence encourages prosperity. It is very important to be self-assured. Now, the feelings that can so easily ruin you. Pin your ears and beware. Fear. Life of toil and struggle is a sad destiny of people in a constant state of fear. Happiness is impossible when all things are alarming and every person is distressing. You fall into a low and very solemn air and continue to exist in it until you get rid of that fear. You need to make every effort possible to recover cheerfulness. Self-doubt. The injurious effect of self-doubt is enormous. It aggravates everything about life. You simply give vent to misfortunes when you allow yourself to lack confidence. Everything takes a longer walk. You simply have no power to alleviate the sinking of your soul and spirit. Stress. In a state of stress, you are creeping away in life, with cautious steps making your slow advancement. Cold and cheerless days, without sunlight and fragrance, are your destiny if you let emotional strain oppress you. You need to be careful with things that distress you. Many things are omitted, and a lot is forgotten when your mind is pressured with negative thoughts. When you do not fear anybody, you can handle any judgment people make about you, taking no interest in what kind of esteem they hold you in. The brave spirit of an adventurer reigns in your life, and you take risks and come out winning most of the time. We're coming to the finishing part of our today's, so to say, conversation. And I want to conclude with the following words. People will always crave company, understanding, and love. The one who is not able to give love will lose the resource of it that everybody congenially possesses. Love needs to be given to enlarge in its dimensions and quality. Kept inside, it grows moldy, turning green of jealousy, then gray of green, and finally the dark color of hate paves its way. Feel free to add to my conclusions your own ideas and comments. What was the most helpful that you were able to get out from my story? I have started the discussion, and now you can continue it by adding your thoughtful ideas. If you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, like the videos, and share those. Stay tuned. Goodbye for now.